Today we have a full body complex we're going to be doing. We're going to use some bands, a couple of weights. Yeah, we just need one weight and a band. If you have a book or something to do an elevated heel squat, I'm going to grab my. Right, we're going to roll for about 1 more minute here. So we're finishing up with that foam roller. You're done, you can scoot it to the side. We're going to start sitting up today with our legs extended for some ankle circles. Bringing those feet around in one direction. And then reversing the direction. It's a good sign when your toes start cramping the first warm-up. All right, we're then going to come and we're going to sit on our heels here. We're tucking the toes to open up through the toes and the feet. So putting pressure back onto it. You can shift those feet from side to side a little. We're going to untuck the toes, pressing the top of the feet into the ground, planting the hands. I'm popping up on the top of the feet. So reversing that pressure on the feet, just tapping up a little bit. Woo. Right. That's enough of that. We are then going to just sit back on our heels for some wrist circles. Coming around in one direction and then reversing it. Right hand reaches between the shoulder blades. You're going to grab your head with your left hand and gently pull it in front of your left shoulder. We're going to release the head, and with that right elbow still up, we're going to grab the right elbow and pull it behind our head. Maybe your triceps are feeling that upper body work from yesterday. Then we're going to switch sides. Left arm reaches between the shoulder blades. Right hand grabs the head and gently pulls it in front of the shoulder. Then releasing the head, you're going to keep that left elbow up and grab the left elbow and pull it behind your head gently. Just opening up through the triceps here. Releasing. We're then going to take our right arm straight across our body. Your left hand pulls in right above the elbow, squeezing it in. You can kind of pulse into it there. If you're having a hard time getting that in tight. And then switch sides. Left arm comes across the body. Right arm's pulling it in. All right. And then we're going to come to a quadruped position. For some scapular circles, we're packing the shoulders, bringing them together, up around to the ears and apart again. Really feeling my upper back this morning. I'm not sure how much of it was all those rows we did yesterday and how much of it's stress. Man, it's there. All right, after 5 circles in each direction, we're going to thread the needle. Right arm comes underneath the left, bringing the right shoulder and ear to the ground and breathing into it. And then switching sides. Left arm comes under the right. Coming back up to center in your quadruped position, you're going to kick your right leg out to the side for a Cossack stretch. Rotating up on the heel and then pressing the hips back. We're going to rock back 5 times here on each side. After rocking back 5 times on each side, we're going to sit up into a half kneeling position. My right knee's up, my left knee is down on the ground. I'm pressing my left hip forward to open up through my quads and hip flexors. Just pulsing forward into this for a couple of breaths. And then we're going to take both hands out in front, palms together. Big breath in through the nose, and as you exhale through your mouth, drop your head between your arms and press through your fingertips. We're keeping our torso upright, but we're separating the shoulder blades and rounding through our upper back. Trying to press a little bit further forward with our fingertips with each exhale. We're then going to drop right ear to shoulder to hip. I'm opening up through my left side. Continuing to breathe deeply and push through the fingertips. Then we'll switch sides. Right knee down, left knee up. We're pressing that right hip forward, just pulsing into it for a few breaths. And then both hands out in front. Big breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, drop your head between your arms and press through the fingertips. And then we're dropping left ear to shoulder to hip, opening up through your right side now. Nice work. We're then going to come forward into a plank so our shoulders are over the hands. Hips are down, glutes are on, and your feet are hip width apart. And we're just breathing into it. And then pressing back into a down dog. Heels pressed to the ground. We're pressing our nose through to our knees. We're then lifting our right leg straight out behind us. Pressing the left heel into the ground. We're going to come forward, bringing our right knee to left elbow, tuck the chin around the back and hold it for a count, and then back up to a three-legged dog. Right knee to right elbow, tuck the chin around the back and hold it, and back up. And again, right knee to left elbow, and up. Right knee to right elbow, and back up to your three-legged dog. We're going to bend that left knee, opening up the hips into scorpion. We're going to follow the right foot around, planting it on the ground. Right foot reaches for the ceiling. Press those hips up here. We're opening up our chest and our hips. Then we're going to come back around to our three-legged dog, coming back up onto the left foot. Right foot extend straight out behind you in a three-legged dog. And then bring your right foot outside of your right hand, pressing the hips down into it. And then extending your right arm straight out in front. We're pressing through the shoulder. We have constant tension, pushing through the fingertips, making a big, slow, deliberate circle with that arm. Rotating your hand as you come around. We're going to do 3 circles here. And then we're stepping back to a plank. From our plank, we're pressing back to a down dog. Head pushes through the arms. Heels pressed towards the ground. It's the point where your shirt just comes up over your head. We're doing great. And then we're going to lift our left leg straight out behind us into a three-legged dog. Pressing the right heel to the ground. Left knee to right elbow. Tuck the chin around the back and hold it for a count. And then back up to a three-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow, tuck the chin around the back and hold it. And back up to your three-legged dog. Again, left knee to right elbow. And up. Left knee to left elbow. And up. From our three-legged dog, we're bending our left knee, opening up into scorpion. Following that left foot around, keeping the hips up, the left arm reaches for the sky. and then turning back into our three-legged dog. So you're back on your right foot, left hand plants again, and the left leg extends. And left foot outside of the left hand, long low lunge. And we're extending our left arm straight out in front, following that arm around in a big circle, rotating the hand when you need to. 3 circles on this side. And then we're stepping back into a plank. From our plank, we're slowly lowering ourselves chest to the ground. Untucking the toes. Keeping my right arm in close to my side, my left arm extends straight out from the shoulder. Right foot kicks up and over. Inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, press through your left hand. And then switch sides. Right arm extends and the left foot kicks up and over. And we're just going to roll over onto our backs. Hugging our knees into our chest. We're going to drop those knees over to one side. Opposite arm extends and you're looking out over the fingertips. Coming back to center, hugging the knees in, and then switching sides. Back to center and planting the heels. I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee. I'm clasping my fingertips behind my left thigh, pulling it in towards me as the right knee presses out against it. Releasing the hands and planting the left foot. Hips shift over to the left until your right foot plants flat. Breathing and pressing out through that right knee. Coming up to center and switching sides. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Hands clasped behind the right thigh, pulling it in towards you. The tug of war between that right thigh and your left knee. Releasing the hands and planting the right foot. We're going to shift those hips over to the right, planting the left foot flat and pressing out on the left knee. All right. We're going to come up to center. We're going to stand up from here. And we're going to warm up our squats and our hinges. We are going to do 5 body weight squats. Feet are shoulder width apart. Toes are slightly pointed out. You're pressing the knees out as you get low. Squeeze the glutes at the top. We're staying in the heels. And we're inhaling on the way down, exhaling at the top. Nice work. So it's just 5 there. We're going to do 5 hinges. We're going to open up the feet a little bit more. Keeping your shoulders packed. So shoulder blades are pressing down towards your waist. You're going to take both hands and reach through your legs like you're grabbing something behind you. Slight bend in the knees, flat back. Stand up and squeeze the glutes as you exhale. Nice work. We are then going to do 5 frog hops. So deep squat, just a small hop, explosive off the ground, soft landing. I'm landing so softly, my downstairs neighbor isn't complaining. And we're going to do that one more time. So we're going to do 5 squats, 5 hinges, and 5 frog hops. There you go. Hopefully those hips are warmed up. Your heart rate's up a little bit. And we're going to set up for our circuit. So I'm going to go through every movement of this in the circuit first, just for you to make sure that you get a variation down that works for you. But don't worry, you don't have to remember them all. I will remind you as we come to it. So we have a dumbbell clean. We can also do this with a kettlebell or a jug of milk or water. I would recommend water. So this is a single arm movement. My legs are wide. I'm going to reach down to this dumbbell by pushing my hips back. Just a soft bend in the knees. So that's our hinge position, coming down to it. My other hand is out to the side. I'm going to pull up on this weight, leading with my elbow, keeping it close into my body. Snap the elbow under and grab it. So we end with the knuckles pointing up towards the ceiling. So starting at the bottom, just flipping it up. Really thinking about keeping your elbow close in and rotating through it. We can do this with a kettlebell as well. If you're using a kettlebell, we're going to work on not smashing the shit out of our forearms. How about that? So if you are using a kettlebell, you're going to start with that kettlebell handle pointing in towards you. So you're going to grab it. You are going to rotate that kettlebell around your forearm and then back down. If you find that you're smashing your forearm, bring it up to the top however you can, and then from the top, practice rotating that down. We're going to do 8 of those on each side. We are then going to do a banded good morning. If you don't have a super band, you can do a Romanian deadlift. We're putting that band behind our neck, coming down into a hinge, squeezing the glutes at the top. This is 8 reps of everything again. And then you have a tricep extension. Maybe you find yourself doing this same tricep extension all the time. In that case, you can try something different. You could try a tricep kickback with lighter weights. You could also do a tricep dip off of a chair or a bench. We just don't want to have any pain or like shooting nerve sensations through your forearms. So listen to that. And if you need a different variation, let me know. So we have tricep extensions. We then have a heel elevated goblet squat. So I don't know how many of you are sober, but the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous is the perfect size book for you to pop those heels up onto. Toes are planted on the ground, holding a weight in front of you. You're coming down. Those feet are really close together, and you're getting low. Think asta grass here. We have 8 reps. And then we get a little bit of a break with a banded pull apart, holding that band straight out from your shoulders. You're pulling it to your chest without bending your elbows. And then we have a wood chop. You can do this wood chop with a weight or a band. I'll show you with the weight first. So we're starting from the top. The side that you're starting with the weight, you're going to turn that opposite foot in towards you, so you're up on that toe. You're going to rotate to the bottom, bringing the weight outside of the knee as the other foot turns in. We're going to be doing 4 rounds here today. We're not going to do 16 reps of wood chops with each round. We're just going to do 8 on one side. And then on the next set, we're going to switch to the other side. So I'll make a note, because we know how this gets with our heart rate being elevated. I'll let you know which side we're going to be starting on. So we have our wood chops with a band. You're standing on that band. Starting at the top, you're then rotating in and back out. So that's our wood chops.
So if I can't get that low with with my knee bends like that with the twist? Is
Yeah.
there can I just do the top to wherever I can get to?
Yeah. As low as you can get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Freya. Freya is coming to show you how not to do it, apparently. Yeah, so just get as low as you can in that wood chop. We then have banded squats. So we had our heel elevated squats, which is much more in our quads. A banded squat brings it more into your glutes. So you're standing on that band, bringing it behind your neck. Feet are shoulder width apart. We're getting low, pressing those knees out and staying in the heels. So this is a much wider stance than our heel elevated squat. If this is too much on the knees, you can switch it for a deadlift or suitcase deadlift there. And then we're going to finish up with a Russian twist. Get out of here. Go lie down. Go. For your Russian twist, you are holding a weight out in front of your chest. We're not letting it rest on our chest. Knees are bent. You can do this with the heels pressed into the ground or with them elevated, but you're keeping your chest up and your shoulders back, coming from hip to hip. This is 8 on each side. It goes really quick. All right. Do we have any questions, or do we need any other modifications?
My only question was on the elevated heel squat. How close are your feet?
They're really
close.
Like right next to each other? Yeah, they're pretty much right next to each other here. Yeah, they're right in there.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. All right. Are we good? All right, so we're going to start here. I'm going to take a sip of water because I was talking through all of that while doing a couple of each really gets you there already. All right. So we're going to start with our dumbbell cleans. We're going to do 8 on one arm and then 8 on the other. We're starting when you're ready. Keeping that weight close in. All right, and then we have our banded good morning. Standing on that band with both feet. Your feet are hip width apart. Bands behind your neck or behind your shoulders. Nice work. And then we have a tricep extension. I'm going to do this with a band, I think. I say I'm going to do it with a band. Let's see how we do. There we go. Just 8 reps here. Whew. Awesome. And then we have our heel elevated goblet squat. All right, banded pull apart. Keeping those arms straight. We're doing great. We're more than halfway there. We're then going to do our wood chop, starting over your right shoulder. Left foot turns in. And those are a good time. All right, we then have our banded squat or a Romanian deadlift or deadlift version. Here you go. Nice work. Then we finish up with our Russian twist, 8 on each side. Whew. There you go, nice work. We're gonna rest for 2 minutes. We're catching our breath, drinking water, maybe reassessing the weights or bands that we chose for this and switching it up.
So if we're gonna do those RDLs instead of the wide squat,
Yeah.
do those with a band or with weight?
Yeah, so you could do that. You could do that with weight. You could do, let's see. Because we just did the banded good mornings. So here, let's do it like a suitcase. So hands on either side of the legs.
Cool.
All right. Whew, are we all feeling all right in this? Yeah. All right. All right. So we're resting just a little bit longer here. Wow, I can't believe I'm this sweaty already. This is great. All right, so when you're ready, we're going to start our second round. We're starting with our dumbbell or kettlebell cleans. Keeping that weight close in. You're starting and ending every rep with the weight on the ground. Nice job. And then you have your banded good morning. Tricep extensions. heel, elevated narrow squat. And banded pull apart. We then have our wood chops starting over our left shoulder. All right, our banded back squats. We got this. Nice, and finish up with your Russian twist.